Hello, my name is Alexis Moore, and I have a message for all the people of Rutland. For the past half a decade, I have been feeding the wild birds every day in sub-zero temperatures, under rainstorms. Every day I have specific sites in different parts of the city where I go and I give them peanuts and seed that they eat almost as soon as I have finished putting those items on the ground. And they eat it all up, and I stay with my birds until they eat everything. There are no remnants, there is no garbage, there is nothing that would harm, offend, or create any problems for anybody. My birds are a community asset because of the length of time that I have cared for them and visited them and fed them. They have become generational, exceptional birds. And every time I feed them, multiple people that pass by, they tell me how much they appreciate me for doing this. They thank me and they praise me, and they just watch for a little while. They have taken photos and videos. They stop with their little children, and the little kids point and they enjoy it. So it's a moment of beauty and hope for the people of Rutland when they pass by and they see this, because these are truly beautiful birds that I have helped. And by not feeding them, that will change. In the winter, they will starve, and also the squirrels. It is important that you join me in this effort that I am making in preventing City Hall to screw this up and destroy this source of beauty that we have for Rutland. It is a community treasure that we have here. And I am not irresponsible about feeding them. It's not like I am walking around just flinging bird seed all over town. It's in just certain parts. One of them, the largest area, is where people take their pets, their dogs, to poo. And there is no scooping necessity there. So I go into that field every day, sometimes twice a day, and I take a piece of styrofoam, which I always have with me in my bag with, peanuts and seed and water. And so what I do is I sit on that styrofoam in that field, and we avoid the poop of the dogs, and we feed the birds, and the birds are happy, and they are fed, and the people are happy. It is an improvement to this community to have birds that are not foraging in the garbage, or are not sick from drinking out of dirty puddles, or eating leftovers that have rotted on the sidewalk. I'd like to keep this positive and focus on my birds. And what I am asking the people that are kindly watching this is to please show up at the meeting on Monday the 7th at the town hall and speak your mind about this. I will be there, and so will one of the vets at Eastwood Clinic, and other people that have shown an interest in preserving this community treasure that we have. And if that is not possible for you, then I would appreciate your emailing or calling the aldermen, especially Mr. Allaire and Mr. Clifford and Ms. Savage, that have expressed an interest in preserving this community treasure and this community asset. I pay for the bird seed, and what I feed them, the peanuts, out of my own pocket. I am handicapped, and I make this effort because I want to serve this community. I want to give back in any way that I can. I feel happy here, and I really like the people of Rutland, and I want to make things better. I feel that my contribution at least makes people happy just watching this. It makes little kids happy. I am known as the bird lady, and my name is Alexis. I am not flinging birdseed. I am not leaving it anywhere where anybody would be offended or harmed. And there is no remnant because the birds eat everything. The only thing that's left behind is a container of water, which I refill and I replace when it gets damaged. I don't sit there for hours. It's just, 15, 20 minutes per site. I'm not in anybody's way. Like I mentioned, it's in areas where nobody really wants to go or harms anything. And I have expended extraordinary effort. I don't have a vehicle, so I buy 40 pounds of bird seed bags, and I put them in shopping carts, from Walmart, and I just push it home, and then I bring the cart back, to inset the store, so they can, I guess, sanitize it if they need to, and that's how I feed my birds. It's an extraordinary effort for me, and also especially in the winter, that I sit with them and I go out in these types of weathers. I want to serve my community, and I want to preserve this community treasure, and the birds are important. Wild creatures are important because it's very hard to just live with the noise of cars and construction and a growing city. It's just not it is more musical. It is not just pigeons that I feed. It's also songbirds, and it's very pleasant to have, as you walk by the city, through the city, to have these birds, singing or flapping their wings or flying, or it's just a moment of beauty that we all need in our day, and it's something that we all can enjoy, and it doesn't cost anybody that's watching anything, and it's just there for the pure enjoyment and to preserve this community and make it better. Not everything is, steel buildings and, building roads and, homeless people walking around. Whatever city plan they have, it should really include the welfare of wild creatures and kindness to animals and compassion. I think that City Hall is misguided in even putting this ordinance up for discussion, because it is a no-brainer. And anybody that has watched me for even a second with those birds will be able to honestly attest that it's a moment of beauty, and it's a community asset, and it's something that we should all preserve. And I am willing to lead the way in continuing to feed these birds and make sure that there's no anything that could offend anybody or create harm for anybody. And so it is just beauty that I am proposing that we both protect and defend. And I thank you very much for listening. I hope you have an excellent 4th of July. Take care. Bye-bye now.